film, you do not have a 24-hour video evidence of the Antarctic summer sun circling above someone's head for 24 hours. The body of the sun.
I'm going to make you a liar, Sean. This Christian here wants the Bible to be wrong. He aggressively argues for the Bible to be wrong. Well, how does he do that? Well, he does it by saying that the Bible says the earth is flat. Of course, the earth is not flat. It's factually a globe. But he really wants the Bible to say that. There are 0 verses in the Bible that say the earth is flat. So it's a bit of an interpretation that he's going to have to apply, even though he's a literalist. You can't be a literalist and add your own interpretation. Then you've gotten away from literalism. Anyway, I recently had a conversation with him about the topic. And when we really got down to the meat, you know, the actual evidence for the shape of the earth, one key point that flat earthers absolutely reject with 0 evidence for is that there is a 24-hour circling sun in Antarctica. It's been documented for decades, and there's video of it. I'm going to show him a video. Now, he thinks that he's done a whole bunch of research on it. Of course, he hasn't. He's going to show a video from somebody else. I'll get into the details as he plays them.
I'm going to pull this this last thing up. This is something you brought up on your channel about the 24-hour sun in Antarctica. And I'd like to address this because this obviously is where I got the idea to invite you on my show from Will. Will was talking about the final experiment. He's pushing that hard right now about the 24-hour summer sun.
And said, no, there is no flat earth explanation for the sun doing circles around you in Antarctica. There's nothing. It doesn't match the map. It doesn't match other ideas that people have tossed out there.
So she approached the station as they were coming from the south. She was facing north, and she saw the sunset northwest from where she was. And that was February 19, 2019. She was facing north. The sun was clearly setting on the northwest side of the ship, which was facing north.
That clip was from Admiralty Bay on King George Island at the Brazilian Antarctic Research Station. That is at 62 degrees south latitude. It is north of the Antarctic Circle. It should never receive a 24-hour sun, ever.
Oops. What you have, boiled down from your time in Antarctica.
Summer sunrise, sunset. Yeah, the sunrise, again, in the summertime, the sun is a lot higher, and then in the wintertime, it gets a lot lower. And obviously, it's the lowness that's giving it the appearance of darkness kind of thing. But if you would describe how the sun rises and sets, what the sun does in the summertime, it does more of an arc, and in the wintertime, it's even flatter. So you'd be kind of doing something similar to that, and then obviously summertime's more that.
Up and down on the horizon, it's not going round and around above your head in circles.
No, I just sit and looked at it thinking, oh look, the sun's spiraling above my head or something like that. But it did like a better 180 arc, not like a 360, so you see it move in and move out, so it wasn't just like straight across, but yeah.
That second clip is Robert Shortman. He was a plumber on a base in Antarctica around 70-something degrees south latitude. So definitely within the Antarctic Circle. And he was pretty vague about the words he used in that interview. Definitely nothing that you could draw any conclusions from. But we can look at the blog post that he published when he was there himself in September. And in that blog post, he said, although it was only August when we first saw the sun, so it had been set for a long time, we're already running out of darkness, which means then that it will soon not be showing any more nighttime. And then 2 months later, a blog post was published by Gavin Francis, the base doctor. Now, in the interview that you didn't see, but in the interview, Robert Shortman held up a book written by Gavin Francis, the doctor at the base. Anyway, so Gavin Francis's blog post 2 months later says, on Sunday the 23rd, there was a solar eclipse, the first one ever to be witnessed in Antarctica. We've had 24-hour sun for several weeks now, so although the eclipse was in the middle of the night, we could all see it clearly.
Oops.
So I tried to find footage of another Antarctica base. There is an Antarctica base on the other side of the Antarctic Circle, looking at the flat Earth map, called Mirna. That's a Russian base. If you look, this is the Brazilian flag, is where they were both explaining the movement of the sun from east to west at the horizon. And this is the footage taken from the Russian bases. And then comes the sun, same direction coming from the east to west. And that's the sun coming, same movement coming from east to west, but not above their heads. You know, they have to look in front of them and they see the sun moving sideways. That was filmed on April 12th, 2014.
That final clip was from a Russian base in Antarctica at 66.5 degrees south latitude. So just inside the Antarctic Circle. So on December 21st, you would expect a 24-hour sun. But in April, you absolutely would not. And here's an animation of the prediction of what you would see from that base in Antarctica in April, on April 12th. As you can see, the sun should set. And the video shows that the sun did set. It did a low rise over the horizon, exactly as the globe predicts.
Oops.
Okay. So we have video evidence of a summer sun moving from the northeast to the northwest in a small angle across the horizon, which would be consistent with the biblical cosmological model of a firmament enclosed circle of Earth. What say you, brother?
What I say is that none of those were analyzed for what the actual globe prediction is. The most common tactic from flat earthers is to say the globe predicts, and then something that the globe does not predict. And then you find something that doesn't match the not globe prediction, and then you declare flat Earth. But from April, on the coast of Antarctica, we don't predict a 24-hour sun. The only place that has 6 months of 24-hour sun is right at the pole, at the South Pole, 90 degrees south.
Yeah, that's why we started the testimony from the gentleman.
Hold on. I wasn't. Let me finish. Let me finish. I didn't talk over that video there. So the guy at the base, he's at McMurdo, which is on the coast, which is north of 70 degrees, I think, latitude. So after I did what Sean didn't do there, I discovered where he was at. He was at Halley Base in Antarctica, which is about 75.5 degrees south latitude. So he was south of 70 degrees latitude. So a great place to see the 24-hour sun or full-time midnight, which is exactly what his testimony was.
Oops.
So all of those things completely match the prediction of the globe. So one day,
above his head like this.
One day at the Antarctic Circle, you'll see the 24-hour sun. 6 months at the South Pole. 6 months at the... Why are you interrupting me?
Because you got nothing on this.
Why are you interrupting me with a lie, Sean?
Tell me what the globe should say in a summer sun in Antarctica. It should go above our head, right?
It depends where you are and what day of the year it is.
Even
so
if I was
everybody...
south, it would never go from a small angular circle on the horizon from northeast to northwest.
Sean, everybody on December 21st, south of the Antarctic Circle, will see a 24-hour sun. You had a video from April, not December.
That doesn't matter.
You had a video from February. It completely matters, Sean.
Yeah,
you need to actually come in good faith and do the actual globe prediction, which you did not do. Banjo did not do. They all did this while they were assuming that these positions,
quote unquote, testimony with no video evidence. We have testimony.
Oh, I have video evidence, Sean.
No, you don't. You've got edited film. You do not have a 24-hour video evidence of the Antarctic summer sun circling above someone's head for 24 hours. The body of the sun.
I'm gonna make you a liar, Sean. I mean,
do you have actual evidence, or you're gonna pull up the video that was purported? What was it? Was it BBC? Will they publish that one, where you can see the cuts in it, the shadows change?
All right, just a second here.
And tell me, and so you're just Google searching at this point?
Nope, I'm in my Evernote here. So give me a second here.
So so what are we going to do about this?
Well, you
claim to have evidence of testimony as well as, do you have testimony or you just have what this video is presented to you?
I have there are plenty of testimony. I have people in the live chat here that are like, they've seen the 24-hour sun themselves. So yes,
so then we also have other people that have been to Antarctica that say they do not see it circling 360 above their head.
Okay. Well, all right. Let's establish your standard. Sean, let's establish your standard of evidence. You accept video evidence. You accept personal testimony, right?
Yeah, testimony.
Okay.
So what
excellent.
do we do if we have contrary?
So, well, they aren't contrary. What you do is you analyze, which you didn't do, and Banjo didn't do, because he never does analysis, and neither did Oakley. Neither of them looked at where. Because
why are you saying that about people you don't know their personal lives.
Sean, listen up. Listen up.
Michael.
When they said I was there on this particular day, what was the actual location and what's the actual globe prediction? That was not presented. That was not done. That's not hard to do.
24-hour sun video been blasted around the world to disprove the FE claims for the last 9 years?
All right. I'm gonna.
Why is it so hard for you to find it if it's so prevalent?
I have it. All right. There you go.
Okay. So who's Robert Schwartz?
Robert Schwartz. Schwartz spent time at the South Pole. This is
how do you know Robert Schwartz?
How do you know the guys in the video that you did? You don't know them either. So
no, I don't.
We're at the same standard of evidence here.
They have a timestamp. They have dates. They have coordinates.
Timestamp: 24 hours a day. Date: March 8 to 13, 2017, and coordinates: the South Geographic Pole.
Oops.
You have a random video that's moving in circles where I can already see cuts in the clouds because it's moving at high speed. So I'm just saying,
standard flat Earth denialism here.
How do you know Robert Schwartz?
Gotta lie to flurf.
Okay, so if you're going to be disingenuous,
you are
my critique,
a liar, Sean.
Why should I take your evidence?
You are a liar.
Well,
Michael, you didn't like the evidence. You're running from the evidence that contradicted your dirt pizza, your ridiculous lie of flat Earth. It's Michael, Sean, there's no, it's playing right now. You are refusing to play it to your people. I understand it absolutely contradicts flat Earth. This is impossible on flat Earth. This is 5 days. 5 days. Yep. This destroys flat Earth. You asked, why hasn't it been blasted around? I don't know why you've not seen it before, Sean. It's here. It's been there for 7 years, Sean, sitting there waiting for you to not look at it because it contradicts your idiot idea of the flat Earth. And your belief that the Earth is flat and that the Bible is wrong is your position.
Since you can't control yourself.
Awesome.
I'm looking at this video that you put up here. Okay. Where you said it's 5 days uninterrupted. Shake your head, yes or no. Where's the guy coming out to change the battery? What kind of battery can go for 5 days uninterrupted? 120 hours? Where can you tell me where the video is where he's coming out to change this battery out of this camera? Do you know that the batteries lose 90% of their lifespan in sub-zero Antarctic weather?
Yeah, I let him grasp at straws for a little while there before I answered. You can see at 2 minutes and 22 seconds in the video, there's an extension cord coming out from the building there, and you can see it multiple times as it loops around for all those 5 days. And why don't you see him walking out to it? Well, the camera isn't always facing that building, is it?
Oops.
So all you got is a simple video.
Are you ready for the answers? Are you going to pretend to let me answer now?
No, I'm asking you genuine questions. Can you control yourself and talk normally now?
It's a time lapse. You don't know how time lapses work?
So it's not a complete video.
It's a series of photographs, Sean. That's what video is.
It's not a complete video.
Sean, a video is a series of photographs.
This is very disappointing.
Wow. Definitely disappointing, Sean. You've been destroyed. Your flat Earth lie has been exposed and laid bare to everybody. Everybody in your chat should be ashamed for you now.
You're gone.
Oh, look at that. He kicked me out. Well, there you have it. Sean was a bit uncomfortable when I exposed that he was a liar in front of his live audience. He did not like the evidence. He said there wasn't any 24-hour sun. I showed it to him, and He just was grasping at straws. Yeah, he doesn't like the time lapse. What's a video? It's a sequence of photos. That's what a video is. So anyway, typical flat Earth stuff there, where you start with the conclusion, then you search for evidence that sort of maybe but not really supports your conclusion, like Antarctica north of the Antarctic Circle, or days when the sun should set south of the Antarctic Circle. Or then you go to the third step there, where the evidence that contradicts it, like the testimony of Robert Shortman in his blog post saying that the sun was down 24 hours a day, and the other blog post from the person that was on base with him saying that the sun was up for 24 hours a day. Ignore that, because that contradicts your pre-selected conclusion. And then you go to step 4, where you declare that your pre-selected conclusion was undeniably proven. Standard flat Earth process there. So Sean, you've got some explaining to do to your audience for lying to them.